Just ahead on CTV News, state delegates inform voters about what's at stake for the Senate election.
Fashion is their passion, but it's also their business. Tonight on CTV News, I will tell you how two local women started their own consignment store. Coming up on CTV News.
Plus, we sit down with one of the special election candidates. Those stories and more. CTV News starts now.
Well, two county women stepped out on faith and opened a business together. Now, almost 10 years later, they are thriving. CTV's Katara Jones talks with the co-owners of new Digz Consignment in Upper Marlboro about how they did it.
Starting a business from the ground up isn't easy, and it takes a lot of hard work. But for two county women, their dedication to their vision has led them to not only one store, but two.
Really, it hit off in college. Is when I started shopping consignment, and I've always dreamt of having a consignment or some type of boutique.
It all started with an idea from Kelly Queen. She wanted to partner with Sadiqa Brown to open up a consignment store, but Brown wasn't initially on board with the idea.
When she took me to the other consignment shop, I'm like, we could do this, and that birthed us the rest of 10 years later.
Once Brown agreed, it took them a year to find their Upper Marlboro location. Queen credits her faith in God with bringing the perfect place, which they have been in for almost 10 years.
People still to this day say, why are you in this small development, or why are you on the end? But God has sent us here. I remember finding it, and I remember sitting in a parking lot, and I called Sadiqa, like literally a year later we found it. And I said, we found this, I think this is the spot.
Also, in the early stages of their business, the pair made a bold move. They completely self-funded their store. But how much does opening a retail store actually cost? Well,
I would say north of $100,000. How much would you say?
Yeah, all of our pennies,
all of our coins. So it wasn't like we just did $100,000 down. It was over time, and the business within the first 2 or 3 months, it at least paid for itself. But that's all it paid for.
And tonight on CTV, we continue our conversation with two county businesswomen.
Meet Kelly Queen and Sadiqa Brown, the owners and operators of New Digz, a consignment store in Upper Marlboro and Crofton. The pair talks with CTV's Katara Jones about the vision for their business and how they were able to pivot during the global pandemic.
The vision was to be the consignment of Nordstrom.
The Nordstrom of consignment.
The owners of New Digz Consignment wanted to provide a boutique-style experience for their customers here in Prince George's. When you walk around the store, you will see clothing, purses, shoes, and jewelry, some with high-end designer tags, as well as more affordable items by local designers, all geared toward the stylish woman.
We have from Shein to Chanel, so we don't like to discourage anybody from consigning, as long as it's in good condition, current, stylish.
It's designed for us to do mid-high end. That's our motto, but we've discovered, especially during COVID, that our customers don't really mind the brand as long as it's cute.
The pair also says the benefits to consigning the goods that you no longer want is that it offers people an opportunity to make money, and it keeps clothes out of landfills.
I would say that's the best part about consignment. You can really get some great pieces, and we curate these pieces so you're not worrying about stains or holes or, it has a smell or odor. You don't have to, we've done that already. So when you come in here, these pieces have already, it's just like you shopping at a department store.
Queen and Brown got their second location in Crofton just 2 months before COVID hit in 2020. They described those early days of the pandemic being a very scary time for their business.
Like most people, we thought, okay, it's going to be 2 weeks. We just take a little break. But then after about a month, we like, uh-oh. And that's when they actually permanently, not permanently, but for 3 months, we were forced to close.
The co-owners decided to shift gears toward online sales and social media. This resulted in both locations doubling in sales in 2020. But how did they do it while many stores were closing down?
If you don't hear us say God in the interview, you either tap something wrong, because the first answer is God. The second one was, you gotta make a decision. This is it. There's no backup plan. You burn all the bridges and you full speed ahead.
Now, if you plan to visit new Digz Consignment, keep in mind that both their Upper Marlboro location and their Crofton store is open Monday to Saturday, noon to 5. Katara Jones, CTV News.
Thank you, Katira. And for more details on new Digz Consignment, visit the website on your screen.